smoking Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser, raising hell with the flavor, terrorize the jam like troops in Pakistan, swinging through your town like your neighborhood Spider-Man. So tick tock and keep ticking when I get you.
Hey.
What's up, Keeks?
What's up, man? Here we are again, back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji.
Episode 8, Season 2, Bigger, Badder, Stronger.
And we're coming at you on March 14th, actually on a Thursday. We're switching up our time schedule, actually.
Thirsty Thursdays. Thursdays.
Salute to that. I'm actually at the bottom of it, so time to refill soon.
Time for a refill.
But here we are, March 14th, Pie Day.
Pie Day. We'll be devouring some pie here in one of our segments here shortly, right?
Yeah, we bought some pie. It is Pie Day, so we're gonna celebrate Pie Day with the pie. So,
exactly. We'll be celebrating Pie Day throughout the show tonight.
But moving on into the show, we're gonna be doing today our top 5+1. We're gonna be doing our greatest sports legends of the '90s.
Yeah.
We did the '80s last week, so we're doing the '90s this week.
Yeah, we're gonna continue on with our month-long segment of the greatest athletes by decade. Last week it was the 80s. This week we're going to do the 90s, so stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're also going to be doing our Keeks and Fiji +1. We'll be bringing on SHAWN, our beer and spirit connoisseur, with some Irish car bombs.
Not going to disappoint on this segment, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good time. And I also like the way that we're going with our The One That Got Away segment. We're actually going to be doing something different this time. It's not going to be actually sports. We're going to be doing, there's a discovery in the Americas that just recently happened. So, stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Latin America, so we'll see how that goes. Interested to find out, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we also got Elevated Thought of the Day.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about the U.S. women's soccer team, so stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be interesting, too.
Should be a great show, so thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji, Episode 8, Season 2.
Stronger than ever. Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their hopes in check, cause though they sweat a brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me to tell me that's in
here we are on top 5+1 on Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. We're coming at you with the greatest sports legends of the 1990s. So let's hear it, man.
You know, a lot of great athletes in the 1990s. You know, you could debate, in baseball. I like Barry Bonds, I'm a baseball fan, so I think the 90s to me is the steroid era of baseball, but that's another topic for another show. But right now, we're going to talk about the great sports legends of the 90s. So we're going to start it off here, Keeks. We're going to start it off here with our honorable mention. I think this is a good place to start with our honorable mention, and I'm going to start it off with Mia Hamm.
Ooh.
Mia Hamm.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. She was that first female role model that these young girls looked up to, And why not? I mean, Mia Hamm was the youngest player ever elected to the women's national team at the age of 15.
I got a quick question.
What's up?
Did they win a championship with Mia Hamm on the team?
1999.
1999 they won?
When they won in the Rose Bowl against China in the penalty.
Was that the end of her career, or was she still young and rocking? I don't remember.
At that time, man, it doesn't matter. What she did in the 90s was phenomenal.
Nice.
As a role model.
Well, I'm just saying that because of the U.S. women's soccer team nowadays is so big and so vast in this country, and it's made it to levels that team has never made it to. But I'm trying to say is because she made that path for them,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Mia Hamm.
She constructed the path.
Yeah, she constructed the path for all the female soccer players that are playing in modern day soccer.
Yeah. So
yeah,
what she did.
So
what she did. Here's some fun facts here.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. These are some fun facts of Mia Hamm.
Hold on, let me see that. Dang. Nice and
show that off.
Yes.
All right. You're making me get a drink of my beer here real quick.
Yeah, but look at that head.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sean,
beautiful.
Can't wait for the next segment, man. Can't wait. I'll speed it through just for you here. All right.
All right, let's hear these fun facts.
So, fun facts of Mia Hamm. While her 4 years in college at the University of North Carolina with the Tar Heels, she won 4 straight NCAA championships.
Ooh, as a striker, huh?
Yeah, 4.
Ooh, man, those defensive girls were like, no, here comes
man, just with that being said, you could tell she was the beginning of this women's revolution, which we're going to keep it going on the last segment of the Elevated Thought of the Day.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Moving on to my number 5. Greatest sports legend of the 90s.
With the Fast and Furious facts.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give it to Deion Sanders. Prime time!
Prime time.
Prime
Deion
time!
Sanders.
2-time Super Bowl winner. 94 with the Niners. 95 with the Cowboys. Back to back. Another fun fact here. The only athlete in history to play both in the World Series and in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
You know?
They have that segment too, that 30 for 30 on there.
Oh man, see, there's plenty of information about prime time. That's why,
Yeah, I know.
with me, I can keep it minimal for him.
Good player, definitely good player. I like that. Be number 5.
Prime time. Here's another one right here. Here's it right here. During his only season with the Niners, I'll read you some stats of what he did. 6 interceptions, 303 yards, for 3 touchdowns, and 1994 Defensive Player of the Year. And the Cherry Top of Super Bowl against the San Diego Superchargers.
Oh.
So, prime time. I'm giving him the number 5 athlete, greatest sports legend
He ran
of
a
all time.
4.27 too, it says out here, man.
God, he's prime time, man.
Yeah, it is time.
There's a lot of fun, interesting facts about prime time. If you haven't had a chance to,
Look it up.
look it up.
All right, moving on. Number 4.
Number 4 on the greatest sports legends in the 90s. I'm just going to say one word, man. One name that says it all for this guy. Shaq.
Ooh.
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal.
In the 90s, man, that guy, he tore it up in the early 2000s too. But in the 90s, man, Shaq was the hit. Especially when he took his services to the LA Lakers in the 96 season.
Yeah. Well, he was the evolution of the center position. So from that point on, it was just everybody wanted a big man. And then it faded out once everybody started making those threes. So he was the best at what he was during his era.
Yeah, so, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time NBA champion, most dominant center in the world, ever.
Well, I mean, nowadays centers can pop threes, so
Yeah,
I don't know, man. And they can still do what he does, you know?
yeah.
So I don't know, man.
It's a good question, though. It's a very good question. Because every time I ask people, certain people, individuals, I let them know, hey, who's the best center ever?
What do you guys think? Let us know, you know?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Who's the most dominant center of all time?
Colin, put it on the poll.
Put it on the poll,
Put it on the poll, Colin. Throw that Levitard right there. Put it on the poll, Colin.
Shout out to Marcus.
Yeah.
And, Dan Lepetard.
Right, exactly.
That was funny, man.
To Guillermo, shout out to you there, man. That's a
Marcus
badass
does
show.
not like Dan Lepetard.
Right? Marky Mark, that's funny, man. All right, so Shaq, number 4, greatest athlete of the 90s. You want to take a break?
Yeah. Coming back on Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. We're going to take a quick break. Just remember, we're always looking for sponsors. We pretty much sponsor the show ourselves. But if you want to get your name out there, if you want to get your business out there, just let us know. We'll be able to, we could even go out there and shoot a commercial for your business and feature it here on Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. We got a little fun project in store for that, so you guys can see what we can do for you guys. So you're watching Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. Stay tuned for our next 3 on our top 5 greatest sports legends of all time.
Who shot you? Separate the weak from the obsolete heart.
Always,
Damn,
man.
What's up, man? Here we are back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. We took a little quick commercial break on our top 5 plus 1. But we're coming back, finish it off with the 3, 2, and 1, right?
Exactly. So a lot of great athletes in the 90s, Keeks. I want to name all of these athletes in my top 5 plus 1. I got to throw a special shout out to Randy Johnson. That guy's one of the most intimidating pitchers I've ever seen.
Is he number 3 on your list?
No. These are special shout outs.
Oh, a little special shout.
Yeah, these are special shout outs here that I'm throwing,
Well,
honorable mentions.
Let's hear him.
But if you want to get into the list, then I'll give you number 3 right now.
Oh, how about you give us an honorable little shout out after the next couple ones?
All right. So number 3, I'm going to give it to my favorite running back of all time. And that's Barry Sanders of the Detroit Lions, man.
Yeah.
He played a decade with the Detroit Lions, and man, the numbers say it all. It only took him 10 years to almost break the all-time NFL rushing record. He retired 1,500 yards short of breaking the record in his 10th year playing with the Detroit Lions. That's the same record that Emmitt Smith broke later on in the career.
And it will keep getting broken, man.
Yeah.
These young guys are getting faster and quicker.
But the game is evolving too,
Bigger
you know. So they're catching the ball too instead of just rushing. You know, the game is evolving. So
I got a question for you on that one though. What if they pass it behind the quarterback? Is that considered a pass or is that considered a run?
only if it's forward. If the pass is a forward pass,
It's
then
a
yeah,
pass.
it's a pass.
Okay,
but
but if it's
anything like a
behind-
pitch and shit is rushing.
It's a rushing.
Yeah,
one?
it's
Okay.
rushing yards. The rushing yards.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Wow.
So they can get yards on that.
Exactly. So there's a lot of new age backs coming out, which I love. I love that football is evolving.
Yeah,
But number 3, Barry Sanders, he evolved the game himself.
that was a good one. Yep.
There's some interesting facts. Another one, Barry Sanders didn't really play his senior year. He was always playing second string throughout his high school career in football.
Maybe the motivation wasn't there, and the coaches.
You
saw
know what
that,
it was?
Who knows?
You know what it was?
What?
He was scared to get hit.
Oh.
So-
Until we got hit. Then he's like,
Exactly.
I can do this.
So the minute he got hit, the last 5 games of his senior year, he rushed over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
1,000 yards. Barry Sanders, after that, became so elusive that look where he's at now in NFL history.
Right on.
So that's not my number 3 in my greatest sports legends of the 90s. Number 2, I'm turning it to baseball. I'm getting a bit Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, that swing, dude.
That swing, that look with the backwards fucking hat.
Dude, what was he? Lefty, right?
Well, lefty.
He was like, dog, like that swing just like came, just like it was just one of those things where he'd finish and he'd just stare at it like, man. That was a good swing.
To this day, the prettiest swing in baseball.
Yeah. You know what? It's kind of like maybe like a James. No, more like a Steph Curry type of three. Like
It's just the arc.
It's just one of those.
Yeah,
it's just one of those
art.
things
It's
where it's just
artwork.
like
Yeah,
it
it's
feels
art,
like it's just so natural to them.
Yeah.
That Ken Griffey swing was just so natural. It would come so sweet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely. I like that.
So
Ken Griffey, number 2, huh?
number 2. So let me give you some facts right here. 13-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, 7-time Silver Slug Award, 4-time AL home run leader, and his number 24 for the Seattle Mariners retired. Great accomplishments for Ken Griffey Jr.
Definitely Ken Griffey.
Number
good
2, special shout outs I'm gonna give to the greatest athletes in the 90s. Andre Agassi was a good one.
one. Tennis,
Randy Johnson,
baseball.
intimidating
Great
fucking
pitcher.
pitcher. Oh yeah.
Everybody remembers when he hit that bird too.
Oh yeah.
Remember that one?
It was great.
That bird just blew up. Man, that was a 90 plus mile an hour fastball coming down the middle, man. And that bird just ended up getting the worst end of that one.
The worst end of that one, man. He felt Randy Johnson right there.
Oh,
man. He
man.
felt his
I
ass.
still remember that one. Up to this day, man, Randy Johnson. He
And
got
of-
so many accomplishments, but I still remember that memory.
And of course, a special shout out to NASCAR. I want to shout out NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt, the
Dale Earnhardt.
Intimidator. Did a lot of great stuff in the 90s.
His son did good throughout, too.
Yeah.
Coming in the 2000s.
I love his nickname, the Intimidator. Find out more, YouTube him.
Yep, look up Dale Earnhardt.
And find this on YouTube too, on Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. Catch up
Always.
on the season.
Check us on Instagram. Check us on Facebook. Check us on Twitter. All social media outlets. We're always trying to post up and trying to stay relevant. So check us out, guys.
And then
Let's hear number 1.
number 1, I'm just gonna say the name and that's it, man. I think we should just move on to the next segment. Number 1 on my greatest sports legends of the 90s, Michael Jordan.
MJ.
I mean, what else can I say of what this guy accomplished in the 90s? If he didn't retire, he would have won 8 championships instead of 6.
He had his reasons. I mean, they are human too, I mean, they're basketball players.
Yeah.
They're all athletes, but sometimes as a human, you got to take a break, So
Yeah.
who knows, man? Who knows what was going through his mind,
You know what my favorite stat of Michael Jordan before we move on to our next segment?
But
9-time all defensive first team honors.
ooh, he was a defensive.
This
side.
motherfucker played defense, which makes him better than LeBron James?
Well, no, LeBron comes down and blocks all kinds of shots, dude. I mean, LeBron plays some defense. Not now that he's a little older.
But is he a
when
nine?
Younger, dude,
Is he a nine? Is he a nine-time all-defensive first-team honors?
I don't know.
No, fuck no. Fuck no, man.
I don't know.
Has he won Defensive Player of the Year? No.
Well, Ron Artest was around back then too, man. I mean, Ron Artest was a stud.
I don't care. LeBron had.
I think LeBron should have got some lessons from Ron Artest. Like
LeBron should have played defense.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Ron Artest was one of my favorite defenders of all time.
But I'm talking about him and Jordan. Because LeBron James passed MJ in 4th all-time in NBA scoring list. And we're going to get to that topic on the next segment.
So you're saying LeBron has got better stats, but Michael Jordan is better?
Michael Jordan's
He's
better.
a better all-around player. Is what you're saying, right?
But yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, like I said, I like defense. So defensive players are my favorite. Now let's say this defensive player can score 30, 40 points. Hell yeah, dude, let's do it.
All right,
Well, if Michael Jordan was around in this era right now, he would still be dominating, dude. So I like that number one.
Yeah, so that concludes my top 5+1 greatest sports legends in the 90s.
Elevated thoughts with Keeks and Fiji.
Stay tuned for Sean, our beer and spirit connoisseur, with some Irish car bombs.
Here they come.
In the merry month of May, from my home was there, I left the girls at June, nearly broken, had a saluted father dear. Kiss me, darling mother, drank a pint of beer. Grief and tears was mothering out to reap the corn, leave where I was born. Cut step, I turned to Banish Coast, a couple of brand new pair of brogues, rattled over the bug.
What's up, guys? Here we are back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. We're coming at you with Sean, our beer and spirit connoisseur, right?
Yeah, Irish car bombs. So
On our Keeks and Fiji +1 segment, bringing out the Irish car bombs.
So Sean, take it away, man, please.
I am more excited for this show
Oh yeah.
than any other we've done so far
Oh yeah.
because I finally get to bring in Guinness, my
Yes.
favorite beer on the planet
It
Earth.
is a great beer, and we've been drinking it throughout the show, and
Yeah,
I've
we
enjoyed
have.
every single sip.
Oh yeah.
We're going to the Irish car bombs, but first I want to get into Guinness. The Guinness Drought, the greatest beer on the planet Earth. Everything about
On the
this
planet
makes
Earth.
Absolutely.
This one too?
Okay.
And it's better just because it's in the can, right? I mean,
The can is actually better because it has the nitrogen ball in there, and the bottles don't have that.
Really?
The nitrogen-
Usually it's the other way around, though. You want the
Usually.
beer out of the bottle versus
Oh
the
yeah,
out of
because
the
it gives
can.
you that crisp, more crispy, then you don't get the feel of the can or anything like that.
But not with Guinness.
Guinness, they have the nitrogen ball in the can, and it's more like pouring it off the tap, off of a keg, where it gives it the nice, creamy feeling. Guinness actually started using nitrogen in the Guinness Drought in 1959, and it cut away the bitterness.
Wow, that's a long time. That's
Yeah.
over 60 years right there
Yeah,
that
about
they've been doing that.
yeah.
That technology, even back then, for a beer this good to have tasted the same. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's changed a little bit.
Yeah. The first Guinness, Arthur Guinness bought out a lease for the St. James Gate Brewery in 1759, and he signed a 9,000-year lease.
Wow.
Damn, 9,000?
9,000-year lease.
That's a smart businessman right there, man.
Yeah,
Guinness is
you know
being
what?
made
We'll
in-
lock you up for life.
This place is gonna be
And more.
Guinness
Yep.
is being made in St. James Gate today, and yet again, this is my favorite beer on the planet Earth. Guinness makes dozens of beers, but the Guinness Drought is so smooth, so creamy, so roasty, so perfectly balanced.
You know what it tasted like? You know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but you know what it tastes like? It tasted like toasted wheat bread.
Yeah.
Toasted wheat bread.
Nice. Well,
But
I mean,
in
that
the
tastes a
liquid
lot
form.
better than a shillelagh cocktail, right?
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah. That
Leaps
drink,
and
I'm
bounds.
sorry, Sean.
Leaps and bounds.
That should stay in that 1940s recipe book.
Yet
alright?
again.
Keep that shit in there, man.
Drinking is about trying
Yeah.
new things.
But today we are doing a different type of drink. It's not really a cocktail. It's more of a combination of two drinks, right?
So what we're doing is an American-style bomb. You may have heard of Jaeger bombs or Boilermakers
Love
or
Jaeger
anything
bombs.
like that, where you just drop a shot in a beer and you
like
pound the
Jaeger
whole thing.
bombs?
I love Jaeger bomb.
We might
love
try
that
one of those
shit.
later, even though we
In the
didn't like
summertime.
the
Do that shit shirtless too. Yeah.
On a day where we're feeling reckless,
Straight
we're
party
doing
boy
Jaeger
Let's
bombs.
do it.
status. Yeah.
But today we're doing the Irish car bomb.
Today we're doing Irish car bombs. Irish car bomb, yet again, it's an American-style drink where you do a bomb shot. The Irish would not call this an Irish car bomb. They actually have other names for it. The Irish Slammer, the Irish Bomb Shot, or just the Irish Bomb. because of the political situation in Northern Ireland, calling something an Irish car bomb is a bit crass. If you ever want to know more information on that, look up the Troubles.
There you go, guys. Stay elevated, always.
But the Irish car bomb is an American shot, and what we do is we take our Bailey's Irish Cream here. Irish Cream is usually a whiskey-based liqueur made in Ireland. There's a dozen of them out, more than a dozen of them out there. Carolyn's, Tipperary, McCarthy's.
I like Carolyn's.
But Bailey's, the original Irish Cream, it's the one I prefer. It's a bit stronger, it's a bit sweeter. So what you're going to do is, I'm making this for everyone in the room tonight.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's why he's our beer and spirit connoisseur. We have,
I have
probably 6 in here today.
pints of Guinness lined up.
I got a little bit of less, but I'll take it.
By the way, for those of you that are a little off-put by Guinness because it's a darker beer, don't be worried about it. Originally, Guinness and stouts in general, stouts were named because they were a higher alcohol content, darker beer. But today, the Guinness Draught is only 4.2%. Guinness does have other beers out there that go up to 9%, maybe even more. I haven't seen too many more other than that.
Well, it's a dark beer, so you can get up there, right?
Yeah, stout is just kind of a general name for a dark beer. But Guinness is a dry Irish stout, which is also called just the
You
standard.
got my drink? All right,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Gentlemen.
Just making sure. Right there, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
I need some Guinness. Sorry, I drank mine.
take that point. Oh, I've also brought my Guinness Heart glasses here.
Ooh, I'll take that one.
The Heart
Very
is my...
snazzy, very snazzy.
Yes. Can I get that one back?
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
That's the one I was using. I mean, it's better than this one, right? I mean,
All right, let's do this. So what do we do?
Just pour it
Do
in
we
there.
just drop
We're
it
not-
in here? Or
No,
just
no,
pour it
no.
in here?
Wait. We're not
Oh,
done.
we're not done. Oh, okay.
No.
No, yeah, we still
And
got the Jameson.
I
There's a reason
need,
that
I need
Jameson's
everyone
out
to crowd in briefly. I know this is a little unusual, but once you pour the Irish whiskey on top of the Baileys, there is a risk of the Baileys curdling. And if you pound the shot with curdled Irish cream, you're going to throw up.
Or you're gonna
So
shit
I
it out
need
too,
everyone,
right?
everyone in the studio to come in here right now, and I'm going to pour the Jameson on top of the Baileys, and we're going to drop these drop shots straight in the drink, and we're going to pound them. So everyone ready?
All right, let's do this. Welcome in our brodies
All right,
here.
let me
Come on
make
down,
sure
don't
everyone
be
has
shy,
theirs.
brodies. We got the shooters coming
This
in
is
here
yours.
after a nice little victory.
There you go.
Over the poorhouse.
Here you go.
Congratulations, guys.
That's
Hey,
yours.
you tell-
Yeah.
hey, put in the chairs.
Okay.
Hey,
Everyone
excuse
bring
me,
in
sir.
there.
Excuse me, sir. Go to the side.
Okay.
And I shall put in this
Come
chair.
on in, come on in, come on,
Come on,
get
Ketos,
shot.
get in here. You gotta come in that way.
Don't be
You
shy,
already
fellas.
know,
You're
everybody knows
I'm
you're
ready.
here.
Don't be
Come this
shy.
way. We gotta come in though,
Go
sir.
ahead, side.
All of us in
Can Fiji move your
Fuck it,
chair?
let's move my chair then.
That's
Already
mine.
jump in, dude. It's from this computer right here.
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
I'm in the back.
Come on
Everybody's
in,
good.
come on
There we
in.
go.
Yeah. Fellow shooters.
We got the full cast in
Going
here.
down.
We got the host here. We
So
got
how
the
we doing?
bros.
Well,
4-1, 4-1, 3-1.
Do we need
4-1,
other shots?
3-1.
Because I got the other shot glasses.
4-1.
Give me 1
Oh,
second.
3-1. I was there for
We
the
can
early
also do them
loss.
on the side.
What do we got right there?
Yeah, I was there for the first game.
That's mine.
Right.
That's
There you go, sir.
this.
Here's the shot glass.
That's Collins.
Only played 5 minutes, but
Okay.
I'll take it.
Strong 5 minutes.
A strong 5 minutes with 2
All
fouls.
right, guys.
2
Elevated
strong
House and
fouls.
Keeks and Fiji having a great time. Always.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a shoot at the barbershop, Supreme Barbershop, on March
30th.
30th, Saturday morning. Stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this way I don't.
Let's
run
take
the
the
risk-
shots already, man.
This way I don't.
We're
run the risk
anxious,
of,
anxious,
inward
man.
Oh, two? We get 2?
Yep.
Oh, you don't want that?
By the way, there is another variation on this called the Irish hand
So
grenade.
how do we do this? Do we
In
do we
which
drop the
you
first one
balance
in?
both
Drop
of the
that one
shots
in,
in the
drop
glass
that
and you
one
pull
in,
one
and
out,
then
pound the whiskey,
Listen.
let the other one drop into the glass, and then you pound the whole
Okay,
thing.
so how's
There
it?
you go.
Okay. So you're going on, do.
Should I have mine here? Should I have mine? I don't have my
Go ahead and
shit.
do that, and I'm going
Oh,
to
he
do
didn't
that.
want one. He didn't want
Here
one.
we go.
Oh, he's gonna have one. Fuck that. He's gonna
Yeah,
have
you are.
one.
not getting that.
Come on, short dog. Come on, short dog. Bullshit. We're celebrating a victory tonight. Yeah.
So the three of us are doing this the right way.
Alright.
So I'm going to
No,
do mine
short.
first.
Okay, how you gonna do it?
I'm floating the Jameson on top of the Baileys.
Is it curting?
Take that.
Okay.
Take that.
So how we doing this shit, dog?
We're dropping this in and we're pounding it. Ready?
One,
Go.
There we go. Get away from my computer. Holy shit.
Woo!
Take it.
Only on Elevated Thoughts here with
All
Keeks
the way
and
down.
Fiji. So this guy's being the pants. Look at that. Come on.
Perfect.
Man.
No, he did
Hey,
it.
man.
He did it.
I've
Everyone
been
did
done
it.
that.
I was waiting for you guys.
Oh, hell no. We were done. Long
He
time.
said go and then I went.
He said go. We went. Exactly.
Let's go.
Everyone, that's an Irish car bomb. If you're going to have a few on St. Patrick's Day, only do a few.
Ah.
Be safe with it.
Hey, that was delicious, man. I liked it.
It
I
is
liked
really
it.
good.
We'll
It was
get back
really
on.
good.
Let's get back on to the segment.
That was actually not
Jump on
bad.
Fiji.
Thank you guys. Thank you, shooters. Thank you, Brody. Appreciate that.
Hey, the Brodies out here
With
having a
that.
good time.
Thank
They
you.
just finished playing basketball, actually 2 of them. They came out here with a victory, so that's good for them. Shooters!
Little shooters. Little shooters.
Those shooters! Like those patrones, softball coming up strong too.
Patrones and
They're trying to
basketball
stay
now,
relevant
too.
in the sports community in the
Yep.
city, you know? So,
Oh, yeah.
But thank you for those Irish car
Yeah,
bombs.
Sean, we
absolutely.
appreciate that.
Oh, man, they're
appreciate you
delicious.
next week too as well. You know, thank you very much. Your shots are always good.
that Bailey's, whoo! I could taste that. Oh, it made it all just even better.
Right?
Yeah, I like that
Way-
little
Yeah,
sweetness
you
that
hit
came
that-
with it at the
You
end.
barely even notice the Jameson. Everything just goes
Way
down smooth. It's like
better than last.
Does that break the glass though? You gotta have
Thank
a strong
you.
glass, right?
You
Because
do.
I mean that thing
You
came
do.
down pretty strong.
yeah, no. If you're worried about a glass, which to be fair, I was about my hard glasses. I love these things.
Nope.
But
Like a champ. Look.
and
Did
and
it
he's
work
got
good?
one of my classic Guinness mugs right here.
I can't hurt that.
They work good.
So
But
thank you very much,
everything
Sean.
worked great.
I appreciate that. Next week we're gonna have something. You have something up your sleeve next week, right?
So next week, I figure if you're going to be like me, you're going to be a little bit hungover.
After St. Patty's Day.
So what I bring in next week is a cure for the hangover. Prepare yourself for a prairie oyster.
Wow. What the hell?
Oh, what?
I'm looking forward
oyster.
for this,
Prairie
dude. What the
oyster.
hell is
Oh
this?
yeah, no, it's exciting.
All right. So stay tuned next week for episode 9, season 2 of Elevated Thoughts. But as of now, you're watching episode 8, season 2 of Elevated Thoughts.
Stay
with
tuned,
Keeks and
guys.
Fiji.
Now, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping Moet is where you find me.
Welcome back to Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji. We're gonna be doing the one that got away. We'll be talking about this discovery in the Americas.
You know, it's cool too, because this ancient temple here in Chichen Isla in Mexico, these archaeologists found relics that included 7 incense burners shaped like Mayan rain god, Shashak. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Well, it's one of those
Shak.
things where it's like, it's one of those things that just shifts the whole like momentum of what you think you know with the ancient civilizations, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy because that's when they think they found something that could be life-changing. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated in the story. So
And we'll also be having the elevated thought of the day. We'll be talking about the U.S. women's soccer actually suing the U.S. women organization, I guess, right?
yeah, it's the U.S. soccer team. You know, women's national team. They're actually suing for equal pay because
As the men,
yeah, as the men, because of the fact that I think they're better than them.
Well, of course, they're way better than men.
They're actually won World Cups versus in the men. So I don't blame them for
They're
this.
getting 99,000, I think it was,
Yeah.
and the men are getting
Not
like
even a
20.
million. Yeah,
They're getting 99,000.
Yeah.
The men don't even get a million.
exactly.
The men are getting like 230,000. So I mean, the women are getting half, if not less than half. So
Regardless, pay them. Adidas is doing a great job.
Adidas is taking the same sponsorship as women and men in soccer.
Exactly.
So if they pay them 10,000 for the men, they're paying 10,000 for the women too.
exactly.
So good for Adidas.
So great for them. I'm glad that they're actually recognizing the females in this sport to where they say, you know what? If you want to get paid just like the man in the soccer team, we'll hook you up.
All right, guys, there we are. Back to Elevated Thoughts. Keeks and Fiji, another show, right?
Yeah, so thank you very much. I want to thank you guys for listening in.
You go ahead and comment, like, let us know what you think of the show. Let us know what you think of the segments.
Yeah.
Whatever your comments is, I'm always Fiji, myself. We're always looking forward to it, right?
We're available there. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram. And find us on YouTube.
Yeah, all over the place. Guys, thank you. Elevated Thoughts with Keeks and Fiji.
Boom!